anyone here can reach out with a question to the Maybe not giving you the advice, I'm very clear about that. Share the perspective of also the options, and that we need to. All right, so we are about to go into roles and responsibilities. And this too comes from our research methods and our practice methods. And we go through, I encourage you to ask questions now. Before we get started, we have a little something to do. This part I'm going to do a little bit about that. Okay, who's ever watched video? Well, we are going to play Jeopardy, the roles and responsibilities edition. Here we go. All right. Okay, now, I want to be there. I'm really on the part of every music. Okay. Now, here's the way this works. You're going to select a category and select how many points you want to earn. And when you see what is revealed, Jeopardy is who is the superintendent. There were two answers to any of these questions, to any of these points. Only two. I'm giving you what they are. You have to figure out which one. Who is the superintendent or who is the board member? Okay, got you there? All right, how about now? I have to come over here and manipulate it. Okay, who wants to try one first? I see you there.
Okay, the curriculum
for 10. Overseas instructional activities. That's your question.
Oh, yes, ma'am. What is
exactly. And what's the catch word that let you know it had to be the superintendent and not the board? What word? Instructional? Let's go with, okay. Let's go with the verb. Oversee. Yeah, oversee instructional activities. You oversee them. But not in personal activities. Okay. All right. Okay. Now I have to be ready. Okay. Who's next? You said finance for that. Oh, finance for 10. Read it out loud.
Oh, pretty much for the annual budget.
Who is the superintendent? And what verbs gave you the key? Yes, absolutely. Let's take it with confidence. Okay. Say that with confidence. Okay. Being so safe. Okay, read it out loud.
Establishes all personnel.
Okay, who is the superintendent? And the catch verb is establishes. Because the board doesn't what? You don't establish it, but you do something in regard to personnel policies. Say it out.
We approve them.
You approve them. Now, here's how the rest of here's how our conversation about roles and responsibilities is going to work. For every element for every category, there is a function for superintendent and a function for the board. And those verbs are going to be different. Clearly different. They're going to clearly demonstrate a hierarchy. Okay, come on. How about, can we get at least one person to go for the finance recruiters? Okay, as soon as I find the person. Okay, Michelle, what you got?
Finance for 30.
Finance for 30, okay. Read it out loud.
Makes regular reports on the financial condition of the school district. Superintendent.
Absolutely.
What is
What is superintendent? Okay, all right, so let's get into it. And it will be more in this section where you will need to have, these are all here, and you have a copy of all of them. The only way to get through. Okay, so now let's look at roles and responsibilities and context here. Would you, especially for this piece, okay, this is where what happened originally when we created, when we say we, because I did have and created the CBA. When we originally created this, we had only the workbook, the supplemental workbook. We did have the slides, but we hadn't been sharing the slides. We didn't think we needed to. So now we will. For this part, would you please be looking at page 20 in the workbook and the supplemental? Yeah, Carol.
It's a question about Jeffrey. I don't want to be either.
No, okay.
Answers and everything. Why did you say that it's the verbs that they don't use out of it?
Oh,
Because like as far as oversee and establish, those verbs can be applied to different things for both board and for superintendent.
so they can't.
Board
Okay,
oversee.
hold on. Hold on. You say it this way. I said verb because verbs are what? Behaviors and actions, yes. So, will there ever be use of the word oversee by the board? Well, the answer to that is yes, and it will be only for those functions that are the board's functions.
Right.
Okay. So what this is about, there will be on occasion where oversee fits, establish fits, okay, like in the section on ethics, I asked the board to consider establishing its culture, which means you will figure out how you want to describe it.
Really, the subject is determined, whether it's the superintendent or the council, not that
No, it is not. It is the behavior. It will not be, okay, when you back up.
I think she's saying like policy, like we pick policy.
Well, okay, wait, let me back up a little bit. And I'll say it this way. For every subject, there is a role for the board in that subject, and a role for the superintendent in that subject. Fact. And what you're also going to hear just a little bit is there's a line. Every subject is broken into bits. What are the pieces that belong to the superintendent? And what are the pieces that belong to the board? They are connected and different. Now, I'll give you the statement that I'll be making at the end. I'll give it now. One team, different responsibilities. So it is critical to speak of the verb. So I'll ask you to be patient with this a little bit because we're going to drill a little deeper because on I think it may be the very next activity or two, you will see a list of soup tasks, board tasks for every core subject and keyword. And my ask of you will be this side of the room, mark the soup verbs, and this side of the room, mark the board verbs, because this is about behavior. This is about actional behavior. So it'll start to make more sense. No, okay, so we'll come back and need to add, we need to add more, okay? Okay. This is the governance cycle. And what is governance? Decision making. And who's responsible for this, for governance? The team of 8, the board leadership team, the governance team, however you want to say it. There's one district that came up with calling themselves a grade 8. That's fine. That's what they want. Good. They got grade 8. Okay. All right. So here we go. Oh, and you know that line I talked about? You see a line on your page, right? Would you please pick up your highlighter? So as you stand, our highlighter for this one activity. Please, please draw a line on top of the dotted line on your page. I want to be a little dramatic about the line. There is a line. And that's what this is about. I'm going to ask you to do that a couple more times in this section because this is what we find, this is what we observe is so critical in where does the board start and stop and where does the superintendent start and stop. And there are 3 different activities or visuals included in your packet to give some perspective. 3 or 4 actually, in fact, in here. Again, we're trying to support how each of us needs to learn and experience this. Okay, you're going to know the answer to this. Whose job is it on this side of the line? Governance means what? Whose work is that? The elected members of the board. Oh, whose job is it to manage all this? Superintendent. Now, we also want to know the answer to this. If there were a place to start for the board, which one of those 3 would be in? It's the right answer to this. Which one is the one we start with the board? We have it, start with. The work proceeds in this direction. It is the board's responsibility to establish vision. Oh, you're not expected to hear your board chair saying, okay, everybody, go home and write vision and bring it into the next meeting. I will be done. This is about community listening, community engagement. Actually, I should have already asked that graphic that has the arrow and where I said the vision and the further the end of the arrow. That's also the graphic that MESB uses for strategic planning. That's one of the strategic planning consultants as well. Entire teams contribute to the development of what the district vision is. And here, we start with vision, and then move in a clockwise direction. So the task can be, along with vision, the board will adopt goals and measures. You won't go on down into the weeds, but at the high end. And after that, we move in a clockwise direction. The next would be a line. And this is this question. What resources, okay, we established the greatest vision ever. And what resources must we assure are in place to deliver on that vision? That is the board's responsibility to come up with the broad thinking on that. Now, you're not by yourself, because you have superintendent, and the superintendent's got a whole team. If the board will know, ask the question, okay, what resources do we need to deliver on that? And you'll also, actually, I would refer to reverse the order and say, policy and resources, how policy gotta come first. What policies must be in place to deliver on this grand vision of ours? Okay, now you see the line, right? Okay, who here has ever seen a relay race? Sure you've seen it. And so what happens in a relay? Pass the time. This is where pass the time happens. The board passes the baton to the superintendent to do what? Okay, we got a vision. We've already set policies and resources in place. And the soup team is going to do whatever development work needs to be done. Oh, and then to the implementation phase, lots of plans, lots of procedures, lots of processes, lots of monitoring work in place, making adjustments as needed, and we're going to assume that whatever is, in principle, what we're working on here, now is ready to be what? Pass the baton back to the board to do what? Evaluate these. And the board evaluates progress toward the goals that the board established here. You're not making anything up. Because we already established what the vision, the mission, and the goals. So we've done our handoff. Now we're ready to do a handoff again and come on back. This is the high level. Questions? What comes up for you? Yes, please.
We're not making progress toward our goal. And what's the next step?
Okay, how about this? We're not ready to go to, we're not doing it because we have to have a conversation about what are those goals and how are we demonstrating progress. Now, let me step to the side a little bit, not losing this. One person reports to the board. And what I'm going to say now comes out of the superintendent evaluation process. I also want to try this for that. It helps for us to be doing all the roles. So in one place, I can bring in what we need to go here, and then I'll leave. All right, this, I don't know the answer to this, so I will ask it this way. Which superintendent evaluation tool is it advanced ed or MASBs or is it common law?
Yes, common law.
Okay, now. I just wanted to get one of right. Okay. I know the MASB model best, so we need to make an adjustment. I share to stop me and we need a correction. All right. So during your self-evaluation process, you are going to, as a board, be very clear about what your expectations are. Is that true? Yeah. So when the board is evaluating progress toward goals, you're not throwing them out of the pocket. You're going back to, and what measures did this board establish to demonstrate progress? Is that what I'm trying to say? Okay, see, perfectly honest. It is reasonable, different numbers, same conversation. So when you're talking, and what if it's not, well, I don't know that, because I'm not trying to talk about a specific thing. But when a board is evaluating progress, it is only evaluating progress to those goals that are agreed upon up here. And now, I know also, and this might be a step to go back and look at your calendar, look at the board's calendar. Does the board, and you don't have to answer me, I'm just saying, giving you the model that I'm most familiar with, in the evaluation cycle is an informal check-in period and a formal check-in period where it is expected to be scheduled a reflection conversation with the superintendent. So you don't go all year and say, oh, this is what we wanted, or is this what we want? You have to go. And I'm not checking with you at the break, Michelle, and say, how are things going? I'm not going to wait to the end. You're supposed to do that. Wait, hold on, I'm not going to wait to the end. Okay, Michelle, is there something? How are you doing now? Tell me so I can get it right. So your superintendent is doing the same thing. You schedule on your calendar right away, because I know with their the organizational meeting workshop, there's a whole super calendar. It's available to anybody. And it's got on there, when are you doing your informal? It's not a test, it's not asking you when. It's saying for a board to be able to get to the question you raised, we got to schedule the time to have the informal check-in, and the informal check-in might be an oral report on the keeping of the books. That's all it might be. But as a board member, you would say, this is the informal check-in with the superintendent on progress, so everybody would know. And the formal memo version will be here. But that's up to you to decide how to handle that. So that's what I would say to your question. Get the cycle. This is the cycle of that's one of the big thing about the line. Because there is a line, and it is possible to cross it. It is possible to board members to cross the line. It is possible for superintendents to cross the line. I'm not speaking in any particular name. But that leads me to the bottom of page 20. Now, the slide on this is at another spot, but because you're looking at it, more all of that. Okay. Look at the bottom of page 20. Just as important as it is to focus on what the board's job is, it's equally important to know what the board's job is not. And that's what this was done. By the way, this shows up as a separate slide and it's in the, okay. I'd like to cover it now since this is what it's in the, okay, as a board member, Can I make a promise to you about something I'm gonna do, Scott? No. Because I got no authority. None. None, zip, zero, okay, all the way to zero. I don't have any individual authority. But I do have an asset. My asset is airtime. I can ask questions, but I cannot make a promise. Two, could, as a board member, I involve myself in minutia or micromanaging? Sure, I could. Okay, actually, at lunch, and walking back in, I'll give an example. I'm a science geek, and I can just go really deep into the research of science and things. But you know what? As a board member, so when the slide comes up, there's have a couple of other elements in it. Now, NMBSB, all the consultants, just as we have different ways to say that the board leadership team, team base, we also have different ways to talk about leadership and micromanagement. Okay, here is a favorite one of one of our, unfortunately, we lost her way too soon. Okay, one of these is Mary Curtis, superintendent, Dr. Jackie. She just said, now was this in the weeds? Okay, our job is not there. And you know what, I'll finish this first, and it's the next slide where I go to the magic spot, the sweet spot for boards. I wanted to cover this since this was together on page 20. And also, the opposite of making decisions based on preconceived ideas means, how do I enter this space with an open mind? Now, only each of us here can answer that. Am I coming into this space with an open mind? Am I coming into this space with my head open, my heart open? Am I coming into this space ready to take in the options presented by the superintendent? Now, that doesn't mean you can't have options at all. And I'll get to that in just a minute. Because you've got your packet in advance and you care. Oh, Mr. Superintendent, Madam President, have you thought about this? Okay. Board members are expected to be able to ask clear, sharp questions. I would encourage that they be any questions that we feel about. What board work is not, is about having a hidden agenda. Okay, this one is easy to demonstrate. Should my agenda be here? Or under the table? You pick. You pick. You deserve to see the one. Where should the agenda be? It's a shared agenda, everybody's in on it. What do we have to do to make everybody? That becomes our task. Okay, I've already mentioned this one. Thinking you have to be an instant expert. If you become an expert in anything, be an expert in asking the sharpest questions to fuel strategic thinking. Okay, I've already mentioned this other one about the compliance department. Okay, chain of command. Help people find out to be an advocate for themselves. You're not abandoning them, but this is to have the energy and space to be able to function at the
You are, who still have a candidate might have their comes to the table that they do with the candidate.
I'll say it this way. In this district, there is a mandate. At this board table, there is a mandate, and it's in front of you. Mandate. So, it means, now I'll also say it this way. There are some of us who think of it this way. What got me to the board table may not be here, meaning it's a different set of behaviors to win votes, and it's a different set of behaviors to work as now a member of a brand new team with a team mandate. Team mandate. I'm pausing because I need to say this, where it's no more emotional than it is. So I complimented Christina for Christina is wearing the RCS. And I said, oh my gosh, takes my breath away. And she said, yes, it's one. You remember our team now. You have a mandate today that may have not been a mandate before being elected. You have a mandate. And when she said that to me, I was like, of course I'm okay. I'm a fair person. But here's the mandate. So I can't think about it. Yes, thinking about that, and I'm thinking that our turnover student achievement is like that. Yes, it is. So, like, I think that would be like a bad day, and make sure that we're our goals. Okay, and let me connect what you just said to this. What you just said is all embedded in here. It is all embedded in there. It is not separate and protocol. So really, I really we should already have with the gradual activity that is not high level. Right now, hold on. And that is what this is. That is what vision is. Because vision does not exist in isolation by itself. Because when you do your strategic plan, okay, I can give you the strategic planning 101. Vision, purpose, mission, goals. And I didn't look at your website because I was here for this. I didn't look at your website at all. How many district goals are there? Most districts have somewhere between 3 and 7. Each one of those goals is going to be every one of the pieces you reference. So what I'm saying is student achievement is here. There may be an interest in how do we parse our language to be able to speak of student achievement as part of that mission. So let me keep going because it's going to go for more things. Like I said, there is a specific lane that belongs to the board. There are 3 lanes here, only one is yours. There are 3. This comes from some very fine work out of the school board field book. Systematic alignment occurs when the entire school organization works toward common organizational goals in mutually supportive ways. These 3 roles are interdependent. No 2 can affect change without a third. The what should be stated further, and there is one that has to start. And the start is here. The strategic lane, please write this number down, it's going to come up in another spot. Okay. In your, here's where I want you to look at your slide. So this is slide number 78 on page 39. By the way, I know it doesn't look identical, but somehow something happens when you copy PowerPoint into a PDF. We decided to do boxes instead of packets. It still works, that's your way. So while we're looking at page 39, 49, in your supplemental workbook, look at page 21. All right, this is where they absolutely on the strategic plan is at the 50,000 foot level. 50,000 feet. That's kind of high, right? And you might fall if you don't have a team now to stay there. 50,000 feet. What can you see from the 50,000 foot level? You're looking at the district, what can you see? Just a little bit corner of it? Oh. What's that, Kristen? Oh, see the whole thing. Because that's what we must do. Now, it doesn't mean, wait, now, and I know there are people on the ground getting their business, doing their work. The governance team works here. Okay, take that marker and go over the red line. After that red line, and you have to do this. This is again the highlight boundary. Now, there is one person sitting at this table who travels between planes. And it's not a school board member. So who do you think it is? It's the superintendent. Oh, by the way, Dr. Chair, I actually have a graphic when I'm doing other work in districts where I have superintendent with J. I used to say parachute, no, you have to go up and down. So how about a jetpack? All right, so the board is to stay where? 50,000 feet. See the whole district. That's the goal. That's the goal. Oh. And when the board is at any other level, we put the M word on it. And now, so the super is to go from here and here to back. Tactical administrative, or administrative and the tactical one, you're communicating with the superintendent. Sure. Yes, teachers and population. Oh, I think I'll go and visit the third grade class. You do it? Sure. How about we communicate with superintendent to say, who has a board of business? You have a official? Well, I use that as
so if the board as a whole was not happy with us, let's just say that Dr. Shane has no place, everyone should have to wear purple every Friday.
Okay.
Okay, and the board as a whole is not like purple, and so for us to be able to do anything, we would need to establish a policy that, we will not require approval or something along those lines, is that our, if we want to do something, we set a policy for it, and then we would put that into effect.
How about yes? How about yes? Now, but before you vote, someone here at this table is going to say, wait, hold on, hold back. The how question is going to come first. How is that policy in support of our block? Which is, how is this policy being considered, submitted by a board member, or being acquired by a board member? How does that move the needle on student achievement? And other members of this board are going to say, okay, hold on, yes.
I was just thinking about that whole scenario, and I thought, yeah, what if the superintendent set the policy for when they're there for restricted on Friday? And a lot of community members were upset about that, and they wanted to bear,
But okay, okay, let me break it down. I believe I heard you. First of all, the superintendent not going to be setting any policy. And why not? You're not going to set any policy. The policy is going to be set by the what?
well, but I told them this day, we just need to do it.
Oh, that's word man.
Oh. All right, well, that's just it. It's not, okay, I hear you saying that what we're going to be is what policy is directing that request, or what policy is directing that demand. So and that would happen here. So one of you, remember, get to be the board member that asks the provocative, thoughtful, strategic question in terms of using the airspace. Because you do get is this an alignment? Remember, board job alignment is Purple Fridays an alignment to achieve. Now, if there is some reason, there may be one I don't know. So, all right, so.
I have another question sort of about how, in my understanding actually, until like this is covered, the superintendent is our only employee.
Correct.
I'm confused about this law of the high school code that says the board of school district or any meeting school district may appoint a superintendent, principal, assistant principal, guidance service, or administrator.
Okay, I can explain that. Okay.
So I understand that those people report to the superintendent.
Correct.
But will be approved for contact.
Okay, but here's why. Here's how this works. You have one employee, I know what the school code says. We are in support of the school code. And when a board, I make a person, when a board is hiring other staff, the motion will read almost like this identically. Upon recommendation of the superintendent, I move to hire curriculum director, blah, blah, and blah. That is because the superintendent has been directed by the board to assure the vision is met. And the vision can't be met with the superintendent by themselves. So we've also budgeted to hire, but I know what the school code says, but the process, maybe, here's a suggestion, maybe ask the question, and what is the process the board would follow to actualize that? Because everyone else does work and report to and through the superintendent. Okay, maybe I need to go back to your original question. The superintendent is the only hire.
What does it say in the school code?
Okay, this is where I'm going with this. The question would be, how is the school code, how should the school code be implemented? The school code does say that, but it is clear that you hire a single person.
Perhaps you think that like best practices are that's what we follow, and in the overwhelming majority of cases, this is the process.
All right, now, go back to your, trying to think more granular level to explain this. Look at your superintendent evaluation instrument. It will likely, I'm sure it will have in it that the superintendent is in oversight of personnel, not the board.
We report, direct report.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
And we're one of the water, the board employee.
you do employ because you're approving it on recommendation of the superintendent. And I'm going in circles here, so maybe we can spend some time.
There is probably an example where there could be an exception where if the board were to disagree, the board would be allowed to, act in a different way than what it would be. That would probably be.
That is not that. Jessica, thank you for saying that. Right, Carol, I am not at all trying to set up an exception to going around or through or under what the role of how the role of the superintendent is defined. Let me keep going, and because we have some additional languaging in here that adds a lot more granularity. All right, look at your page 21. And also, I put the red line in. Go ahead and cover it in. This is a reminder, there is a boundary. And school board work at the 50,000 foot level. Administrators at 10. Teachers, best teachers in Michigan on firm. Now, you will see that same line of thinking as you look at each row. The second row becomes, and what do we oversee? The next line, what do we focus on and represent? The next, how far out do we look? Strategic plans are now 3 to 5 years. There's not a district ever that has a 10-year plan. We used to. 3 to 5. And what is your structure? And what are your targets are? As we go a little more granular, page 22 of your workbook, and this is where I'm going to stop and ask you to do a little bit of reading for a moment. Here are 2 handouts. Page 22. 23 is an activity. On page 22, the role of the superintendent is inherent at the top of the page. The role of the Board of Education is inherent at the bottom of the page. And here are the broad categories where everything that happens in the district will fall. I can't think of anything that would be the decision and effort and activity that would not fall into one of these categories. Goal setting, policy, designating, and evaluating superintendent, on facilities, and self-assessment. So page 22 and page 23 are set up similarly. Check out the page. Would you turn in your workbook, page 23? 22 and 23, you do the same information in 2 different formats. Oh, by the way, just so you know, if you ever have someone ask a question about roles and responsibilities of the board, pages 22 and 23 are accessible on the management website. So that means you could say, oh, you've been curious about work of the board, there's a link. By the way, MASB is quite transparent. Quite, I don't need to say, because in that defining the shape and roles, responsibilities for the superintendent is laid out right on the website, as I said, page 22 Okay, so this is where I'm going to ask after you. All right, how about this? Will four of you take the right side of the page, and this is where I'll ask you to identify the verbs. What are the actions and behaviors for members of the education? From here, I'm going to ask you, what are the verbs? What are the actions for the superintendent? You can either highlight them, circle them in some way. So, and by the way, you can either do it on page 22 or 23, depending on your, if you prefer narrative or chart. Does that make sense? And you know what? Thank you, Jessica. How about yes, working together? Here, here. I wish I could be actually people who were because that is, yes, that works.
Yeah, I don't know if they were. So they can give it to each of us. From one side and also there's well, that wasn't the context. No, but we had already established in that conversation that in a context, the process for driving that representation and do that. So we have to be for process experts in our district. belong to, so that we can evaluate all the options available. But put it out to others.
I've never seen it,
Sometimes they do matter. We review the strategy, right, for the student. It comes out of education. And you can always ask that question. But, that was the time, did you consider writing it?
All right, let's come back. Thank you for doing that. So what do you observe in doing this? What's your take? Say that again?
A lot of establishment and value.
Right now, on whose list?
I'm here on the board.
Okay, so let's start at the top. And so when it comes to board roles, okay, or goal setting, what did you get?
That we're translating students and establishing the circle and having valuable results.
And on the soup side, what does it have to do with goal setting? And neither one alone accomplishes the task. They have to be done in concert. Very much. Michelle, you made an overview in terms of, say, assisting, advising. I said that, assisting and advising. And all of the work of the superintendent is directly in support of what? Great. Seeing that the board and supporting the board moving forward on its core responsibility. So what were your takeaways in looking at the superintendent's side of things?
Very advising, creating, and then we're going to check out some neck ups along the way to make sure it's forward.
I like that, check out from the neck up, okay.
A lot of the scenes will play.
All right, so Scott used a word that I've never thought to put here, and it's compliment. It's compliment, and that would be a key takeaway. The goals are complementary, all right? I also intended to ask you, if you had clean, without a word, which area you work on, would you please circle or highlight the role of the board of education? Meaning, take your highlighter or your pen, just do a whole circle or something. This is your lane. This is the lane of the board. That's it. And this is our classic way to highlight that. Now, there's one area in here that I wanted to ask your specific takeaway. Or, well, I'll ask you first. Is there any one area, policy, budget, et cetera, that you might spend a little time chatting about and talk about all of them? Anyone in particular? Absolutely. I can talk about, I also did a situation on curriculum. And I heard a lot of people talking about sounds like I really should be here. You know what, I heard you say curriculum decisions. Right now, I want it, curriculum decisions are made every day. Which curriculum decisions belong to the board? The ones that are how high? The curriculum. So, I want to be very specific though. The board's role is to approve curriculum at $50,000. Meaning,
word education is, they started using concept reading, literacy curriculum about 3 years ago, they came fantastic results, and we've been hearing a lot of public comment, a lot of people feedback for a while, that our literacy curriculum is failing a lot of students, they're having to get outside food. So let's say the district wants to present, with like curriculum to us, but there are other members of the community that also have experts in that field. Would it be, I think if you were at a board session, we're listening to presentations about what curriculum you're using, how it's working, what these things are, like, if we could hear opinions from different experts presenting, multiple points of view.
all right, how about this? Let me share with you what I know of a typical process in curriculum changes. The questions, board members get to ask questions. Who do board members ask questions of about curriculum? Or who the superintendent okay, so you get more
I'm just saying, or if it's both in a certain circumstance, there's a lot of things.
But Carol, I cannot make what, I understand the question they're asking, and you say you know where I'm going. And where I'm going is an earlier question. What is this district's board's process for entertaining curriculum input and or changes? That's a question that could be asked of the board. Now, and the board has to make the decision for every question that comes to it. What questions have the potential to move forward in the direction of accomplishing the vision? So ask your question. Well, let me back up and I'll say, first, what's the process for getting a question on the board table? I don't know what that, I'm not trying to say that. Every district, I promise, is a whole different process. Every single one. I only know what my district did when I was there. Or I don't know what it is today. So that's a question. There could be, I won't say there has to be, I'll say that the board can decide how it choose to move forward. And the boards, I would ask the board this, and board governance team, what criteria will you use for determining questions that go onto the agenda? The answer will be yes or no. It has to get to the point where it's a binary decision. Before getting to that, what's this board's criteria for elevating questions to the 50,000 feet? It is that. And maybe it becomes, we will entertain questions that make these criteria. That's it. This being the side.
What legal document you guys want to know?
The work of an ASB in teaching this comes from two sources. One, the Lighthouse research. There's a great amount of that. And the second would be establish best practice. Now,
Whereas, there's no legal document.
all right, I'll put it this way. Their research and best practice, those are true, those are the answers. Now, also, I'm sorry, what?
Is and they have the interpretation of the
That is correct. Not only in ASBs, it would also include the work coming out of the Center for Public Education, which is part of the National School Board Association. And by the way, you can't put everything in every CBA, and the 8 characteristics of highly effective boards is the research work out of a lighthouse project, and there have been several lighthouse projects that extensive research that asks namely this question: what are practices or behaviors that go on? What are behaviors of high-performing boards? High-performing boards would be equivalent to what are behaviors of governance teams that have propelled student academic achievement. And that's the base that we use. The research as well. There is an area that I want to highlight, and that would be the last line in the page called self-assessment. Every board, by state law, is required to assess its superintendent. That process is in place, etc. MASP highly recommends that boards also engage in a self-reflective process for its own self-assessment. And often districts will match their superintendent evaluation with the self-assessment process. And by the way, remember I said there's CBA every aspect of this, and there's another one that comes with that process. In the benefit of self-assessment of the board itself would be the board evaluating not one person, but evaluating how do our processes lead us to becoming the board that is itself able to leverage and develop. All right, we have one more tool. Think of all of these as tools. And this tool goes for more granular level. And it's running in another way. And much of this I've already learned. The board works towards ends, results, outcomes. The superintendent works on this, the superintendent's focus will be the means. This would be vision, this would be how does that mean get to accomplish? So the examples here would be what are the questions the school board and the superintendent has. Now we've already been hearing these so far, which would be what would be the what, the how much, and the how well, and absolutely the what. The what. That would be in school board. And when decisions were made, superintendent will be answering. All right, the school board has said, here are the things that must be done, and the superintendent is asking how, when, where, and by whom, in terms of putting the boundaries in place. The tools, we lay them out this way. For every board, boards are asked to, of course, you're going to do this first one, of course, that's all we can say. But you're also asked, won't you establish your own norms and protocols? Because NU is your code of cooperation track. Districts around, I love this, district, I'm going to have to go on this. The districts around the state call them by different names. So I had to pause for some districts call them the code of conduct, other code of norms. There's one district that calls their standards of practice or principles. And those would be, what are the guidelines that determine board culture at the state level? And literally boards across the state will make those public so that it is very clear to their public to what will they be promoting. Superintendent equally, strategies, procedures, a lot more regulations than they gave us in how and then specific assignments. The methods used at the board table. Read today, the Open Meetings Act is talking about these methods. Clearly, deliberation, clearly, voting the right way. I'm also one of the teachers the parliamentary procedure course. We teach the key motions that boards would typically use. Not the entire book, or who's going to this giant, most boards, or just about every board is successful with a limited number of motions. By the way, we will have time to look a little bit, a bit, but we will have time to look at a little bit of the intro. It used to there's methods to try to confirm superintendent side of things, what we documented in recommendations, and all of this is governed what? It's built on trust. As Mary said, so Kristen in the CBA 101 that you took, we actually did not have ethics module, we had a trust module. Now we put the trust module in its own CBA. And the ethics module here. So this is giving an additional set of tools. Questions? Does this seem to align? Ready? Chain of command. Why is the chain of command necessary? What would you say? I'm sorry, say it again. We need structure, or else things can go sideways. It's basically our list of who's in charge. Who's in charge. And this was exactly what we were referencing here in the little teacher who could. The little teacher who could. There are boards, there are districts across the state. There's one I think in particular. I did some work here a number of years ago, and they posted their district chain of command on the website. There was a parent organization, they gave its calendar and put the chain of command and the calendar that was made available. This is a generic chain of command, last I looked. It also was on MASC's website. There is a statement in here. Now, this is the small print. There's a small print here, and I'll read this one. This is a sample tool for assisting constituent members in finding answers to questions. Districts may organize things differently. This is a great place to start. This chain of command is missing one group. And which one is that?
For the board.
Absolutely. Now, there's a reason. Board members are not managers. This refers to the authority. Board members are not managers, but two words, visionary leaders. It is not the role of the board to become my department. Oops. That was too close. Instead, board members should serve a constituent by helping them find the appropriate staff member of the district to support what their interests and what their needs. Now, I should have thought, but Brad is here on one subject, and there are so many subjects that he could address. There is another reason the school board would not be in the chain of command. And this was to indicate another concept. What happened? What were to happen? What do you think would happen if a board member and then the board is brought into a decision that would later, that has the potential to be adjudicated? Meaning, all right, let's take the little teacher that could. If a board member or board were to get involved and babysit the case going up here, if it became a legal challenge, and then the board had to sit in the role in its adjudication or legal role to make a judgment. I'm not an attorney, but I can't help but ask the question.
Adjudicated or not, that's the recipe for a shit show. Like, I mean, I've led a lot of companies, I've gotten to work with the board. What happens when the board starts telling business? You can't execute your business. The board will be accountable for the results that both we would have to execute the vision of the company when it's done. I'm responsible for shaping the how that happens with them, and I execute it. They might not agree with me all the time, but they're going to hold me accountable if the company's not taking this up. If it's starting to do that, my hand is on it. That's just it.
I think I might have called that.
You can't have a little boy at the guy trying to plug all the holes in the wall. That doesn't work, period.
It takes things out. Let's say my version of Scott, it takes things out of the line.
Yes. You said it on the show.
I think you got it. That was great. So all of the work explaining roles and responsibilities is literally helping the board to deliver on its vision and stay in its lane, to not stay in its lane, so that everyone else, including the superintendent, can move forward with doing the work that needs to be done. Now, a question came up earlier, and I said on the satellite. What then is the tool for governing elected board members to assess progress? That tool would be your superintendent evaluation. And the second tool would be your board assessment process for yourself. You collectively assess your collective behavior, because every question in self-assessment is not what it is for you. There is no way to comment on something. Is how effective have we been in all of the areas for leadership, for function, team leadership, finance, and control, how effective it is. So it's during those reflection conversations that the board is able to identify, there's some opportunities that we may miss, but there's some things that we can do, some changes to get rid of those. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, the same, a little bit clear, whatever. So a community member brings up a complaint about somebody when we're on action. Board member tells them, okay, go back to this person's process and follow it. And hopefully that will all the problems. Community member comes back and says, oh, I have a problem with this stuff, and I don't need to do what I'm supposed to do. So then, the board member then go to superintendent and say, this is what's happening. Community member says, follow our direction, do this. Usually, so make sure that this is done and report it on the.
Okay, I heard two things in there that I would ask to think about. I heard two things. One would be, I told them to be the authority to direct. Right, I thought so Kristen talked to you, but they didn't hear them.
I was referring to community members to go to the appropriate person on the.
Right, which is absolutely the ideal, but then.
But then we say, community members of staff, they say on this, well, we should stand. They're not looking to do something to be sure about our call. So then as a board member, what do I do now? Do I go to that one? Do I go to the superintendent?
Well, I'll put it this way. Here's the thought. This really is a conversation for the governance team to have. How do we, the governance team, want chain of command work in terms of communication? I can give you an example, but I can't be, the definitive answer to that. I can share with you how I would do it. When I became, and this will be done late, this is a real situation. When I got a call from an individual with a concern, it was of such gravity that I knew I needed to directly communicate with the superintendent because of the gravity of this matter. My superintendent then said, Deb, you have an idea. I would accept that. I offered an idea. And I got to give a thought, but it wasn't my decision how that would be handled. But in my district, that's what we do. When you receive information or a question, if it's a question that is at a simple level and you can say, here's what I would recommend, here's an option, not a recommendation, because remember, I have no individual authority, but I'm thinking that when you have that conversation, how should you handle concerns that come to a board member? By the way, there are boards that have written a policy about this. And so you are not by yourself in figuring out how to move this forward. So I would say maybe move this on your list, or one of your work groups. The other is you also have access to how other groups do this. Yes, Kristen?
Right, and, well, I would just say, for this situation, the color, from my experience with the story, and I was one child, it would be very, very difficult, I think, to have a policy govern the change in that situation, because, so you could say in general, there would have to be for this example, that the teacher could use that as part of to reach out to the teacher, and then the person said, yeah, I want to be better back to you, but I reached out to the teacher and I did really like them, but then you would probably say, okay, well, I think we should probably do this to reach out to the principal. And at a certain point, if that friend comes back to you, like at a certain point, you would probably lose an word president who who would decide whether they come to the superintendent. But then there's also situations where someone reaches out to you and you would not have to go and like people out and do the calls.
Exactly. Yeah.
That big deal. It was really hard to outline this. I mean, I can think of many examples, some of the examples over the years, but like maybe I think it might be more important to maybe talk about what you don't do in that situation. Of course, right. And I think that, maybe what I hear you saying is maybe you might feel frustrated that you know this institution isn't getting their issue addressed. So for me personally, then I would go to the president and say, I've been contacted, this has been on the question, and I would present it to the board president, and then I would ask, can you follow up on this? And then can you also let everyone know that this is something that is ongoing question that can be addressed. So it's incumbent on the board president, who's the leader of this governing body, to inform everyone that what that problem might be, but also to, once she finds out from the rest of the board members, yeah, this needs to be answered. Okay, then we move it to the superintendents.
And what I'm also hearing is what the two of you are saying, moving in the president would also be an opportunity. The president will be in a better position. I've heard this from two people. The president will be in that position. And there also is something I introduced, and I can also see now where that position, that content should probably be moved up here. One of the burdens of being an elected official, we will have constituents that we are not able to make 100% all the time. I know this.
Not necessarily talk about these commercial individuals, so I guess maybe not in the case of the low, if there was a breakdown.
Right, but there is a nuance here. So having this board needs and I really have to move my students about it, but because I'm going to respect what you asked for. Communication and complaints. By the way, one of my assignments a few years ago was guiding a board through a policy rubric, through a protocol, not a policy, a protocol, deciding how will they do this. So and Kristen, you come up with something already, and maybe it's easier to do what it's not about, but go to what are our principles and values, and what must always be true, or our principles and values, and how are we and your code of cooperation, how those things go.
All right, I know what I said here. So I think this is where we're getting where I said. This policy procedure, so it's used to get, so most of the places are fall under us, right? Discipline, grades, the general policy. A lot of policies and procedures. So standards are set with grade. Policy should dictate your first contact is I don't like the answer, staffing, escalate to the principal. You only try to figure that slate up. Then finally, you have processes of being in the board, you didn't have all the answers, right? We say, okay, show us you follow our process, show us you have. We look at it, we say, hey, that our teacher followed the right process, our principal followed the right process, our superintendent followed the right process, we all accurate, we see it, we support it, move on. And so it's that clear, transparent, guess what? People that they use to complete will stop. Because they know the process, they know I have a complaint, I have an escalation process, and you just so that way it's whatever you always say, follow the process, it's not on your website, it's a great one, teacher, I didn't get the answer I got. And so you're on the website, that's it. And I'll say it this way. This is a conversation that needs to continue to come to a spot
where there is an agreement about next steps. We've already had a conversation about these, what is or not acceptable. And the emphasis here is this: we are one team, one team. How about a 5-minute stand in the church work, because I promised 4 o'clock. And I very good, 5 minutes.
I just keep it. No, I listened to it, but I wouldn't listen to it. Just made me feel like I
This is how it was made. Yeah, there's three. Okay.